I'm not objecting to that.
No, I'm not disposing it off. I'm only one thing. On the last occasion, Mr.
There is contradiction according to them.
Hmm.
Clarify everything. So I have to appear for them. The matter is going on.
What do you say?
I leave it to your lordship, but at least let me make my submission to the student.
And one very important document we have, that is will also be there.
Let me take advantage of Mr. Hazarika being here for the time being, and then we may think of putting the matter on the Wednesday if necessary. Let me hear him first. He may be going off tomorrow.
Yes, I am going on.
Yeah, so let me hear him first, and then we.
That document we'd like to file. Please
Yes.
bring on record.
Yes. You may hand over the document for the time being, and then file an affidavit. Don't worry.
I'm being at April note 30.
The last eight minutes I had briefly indicated to your lordship that there is a representation which they have said on affidavit that because the protection of the underground natural springs will be undertaken and the this is the Kamakhya case, of course, your lordship will recall.
Yeah.
And that the IIT Guwahati will do the study. In the MOU which they file, IIT Guwahati will only vet and the PWD will undertake a study which has very serious repercussions, which is what I want to demonstrate to your lordship because they don't have the competence. Before I do that, may I take your lordship briefly to the facts because just to show where we have reached, so that then your because we also have opinions from expert opinions from international experts from Assam who have also given opinion on this subject. Your lordships have seen your last forum, your lordships may take the order of 19th of June also, because it is not that this is for the first time it was made earlier as well.
What are you asking? Set
Basically,
aside and cause the impugned notice dated 15 issued by whereby the respondent has been directed to proceed.
page 43 paragraph is very important. That prayer. Paragraph page 43. Sorry, yeah, number 8. Archaeological is one side. We filed an affidavit on that, but for the time being, I want to focus on the protection of the waterground springs, and I will demonstrate to your lordship from their own documents that it was not envisaged at all when they undertook the project. So, I will take on the 19th of June, your lordship may just see the order. 19th of June order, your lordship may just see, and then I'll take a lordship briefly to the relevant document. Paragraph 3, your lordship may see, and then
19th of June. Yeah.
Paragraph 3, learned senior counsel, your lordship. For the petitioner is referred to the evidence made in the affidavit on opposition filed by the respondent number 6, wherein it is stated that the Department of Public Works, Building and National Highways is proceeding to execute an MOU for scrutinizing the drawings relating to the construction of the Maa Kamakhya Temple corridor, and while scrutinizing the same, the IIT Guwahati team will undertake hydrological and geological studies, which is mandatory in nature. No construction shall start until due clearance received from Guwahati as well as other relevant agencies obtained. It is also worth stating that the consent to establish has already been obtained from the State Pollution Control Board. I will also demonstrate that that was wrong because they are extracting 4.3 lakh liters. Then Mr. E. Saikya, Learned Advocate General, submits that there is clear evidence that no construction will start until due clearance from the IIT Guwahati. And I will skip that next sentence. The third one, he reiterates his submission. Your lordship sees that? The third sentence there, in the paragraph. He reiterates his submission that there will be no damage to the existing temple sanctum or the internal springs within the temple as apprehended by the petition. So the whole representation which has been made on that day, and I will take your lordship to the paragraph later on.
No damage to the existing
Internal.
temple sanctum or to the internal springs within the temple as apprehended by the petitioner. If this NIT is for engineering.
It should be internal.
Now, what is the stage?
Page is
Mr. Nath, what is the stage? No, no, on the last occasion, it was stated that the Advocate General stated that the progress made is at the engineering stage, which means that the drawing, design, and clearances, etc., are required to be finalized. And only after that stage is completed, the project will move to the next stage, which is procurement of relevant materials, and due completion of the first stage, that is the engineering and procurement stage only, the construction work will proceed. So the construction work has not proceeded. Now you are at the stage of procuring. So you are still at the stage of this engineering, procurement, and construction. Okay.
This, what we have, there's archaeological prayers also, but this is fundamentally important for us. Because and I will not take a lordship's to the pages. During the entire construction process or the architectural bid consultancy or the construction bid, they viewed it as sculptures. They did not view it as underground springs. So today, and I will demonstrate from the bid document, that they are making 5 levels. All Chinnamasta, around Chinnamasta, around there'll be 5 levels of Maa Tara, Maa Kamakhya, around that, Dhumavati, Bhairavi, and bottom and even before around Chinnamasta and Dakshina Kali, there'll be 5 different levels, which means you are going to dig 5 different levels on a hillside, means you'll be digging 60, 70 feet because you have 5 floors, which means that the entire underground springs, they get disrupted. So, your lordship may down to page 112, fellows. So that is why we wanted the study to be done. But first protect it, see how it is protected, and then follow from that. They are doing it the other way around. Now everything is ready, madam.
You are referring to?
Page, it's the architectural consultancy bid. It starts at 103. At 112 is the relevant part.
112.
Background and aim of the project. You'll actually come to paragraph 2 because they will.
Yeah.
2 of the 1.12, page 112. Background and aim of the project the lordship has. And the second paragraph, during restoration. Lordship notes. During restoration and upgradation of facilities around temples, it should be ensured that the beauty of the temple is preserved. No tampering should be done with the architecture of the temple. The corridor should be constructed by keeping the ancient sculptures undisturbed. Now, Milad, this is the third corridor project. The first is the Mahakal, Milad, and the other is the Kashi Vishwanath. There is only a shivling there. There are no eternal springs like here. So they have proceeded on the basis, and this is how they designed, because they have not given us the architectural design on the basis on which it was done, whether this was taken into account. Then our lordship may come to the construction page. They paid 14 crores for this, base, and this was finalized by November 23rd. Your lordship may come to page 192 at 200. 192 is where the construction bid document starts at page 200. 199 is the brief particulars of work. 200 is the relevant part.
Yes.
Your lordship has, I will come below the development of site. There's the first paragraph, which is a development of site. This is the brief particulars of work. Development of site, temple road, pathway and parking work. Temple entrance, gate, landscape and horticulture, planter with seating bench, RCC planter with skylight, stormwater drains, contour sites, soil cutting, filling, disposal, retaining wall to counter level difference, incomplete campus, demolition of wall buildings, improvement of street facades, stumps and street borders. So a retention wall means you are going to dig. If you're going to do 5 levels, then where is the 5 levels evidence? Page 201. Page 201, next page. At the bottom, area sheets in square meter. Number of floors, basement, lower ground, ground, first, second, third, terrace area. The lordship see that? So, this is the kind of, they are going to have 100,000 square feet. And they have shown those photographs at, your lordship may just see one photograph at page 102. I will just give your lordships an idea. The existing temple, we don't even know where it is. So there is, I mean, it's a good thing development, but it should not be at the cost of the springs. 102, we give a color. That's the lordship has 10.
Yes.
This is how it is going to look like at 5 different levels.
Where is the temple?
That's what we are trying to figure out. It's probably the top right.
Huh?
Probably the top right. I don't know. Can't make out models. No. Around the temple. The temple is there. Well, the other visuals also which we have put in.
Where there is no temple. Where is the temple?
Then your lordship may also see page 96 to give an idea. On 96, 97, we also put in photograph. How is the existing map on the corridor map? 96, 97, 98, your lordship sees. 96, we put the existing and the corridor. Left hand side is the existing. Maa Kamakhya Temple there at the top. Then Maa Tara, Maa Dakshina Kali, Maa Chinnamasta. Then your lordship, we've given the same thing over here. And your lordship will see those buildings that your lordship see in the main big photographs on the top right. It is there in the main temple, around the main temple. It'll be between Maa Kamakhya and Maa Dhumavati, from what I can gather. Because that is the style where there is a slope. And Maa Bhairavi on the bottom. Then your lordship see again at page 97, Maa Chinnamasta. What is the existing and what is the proposed? This is the existing layout of going up. And Maa Kali, Dakshina Kali, near Dakshina Kali. Even there is a water source in Dakshina Kali also, though we don't get it, feel it. But
At page 100. What is
yeah,
this?
there, the Maa Tara, I'm grateful. I was looking at that. In front of Maa Tara, your lordship will see you can't even make out what it is. It is all different levels, 5 different levels. So basically, there will be no slopes. It will be a flat.
So you mean to say, from here,
Yeah.
what I get from what you have portrayed it out here, that while going up towards the temple, to the stairs, you have many temples on both sides. These would be demolished.
There'll be, I think they're planning to put escalators there and lifts. And also probably a ramp kind of a thing. Well, the long and short of it is that whatever it is, whether it is steps or whether it is a ramp or whether it is escalator, it is going to entail digging. And when it entails digging, because today Maa Dhumavati is connected to Maa Kamakhya, Maa Bhairavi is connected to Maa Kamakhya, then even Dakshina Kali, sometimes one can feel the water when one goes there this time. Now Chinnamasta now is virtually up there. And then I will show you a lordship later on when I'll come. There's a photograph of Siddheshwar temple, which a lordship enters. When your lordship go, as he enters the temple and go towards the Shamshan Kali temple, the right. On the left, in the field, there's a Siddheshwar temple. The inlet, there is water. But because there was ambient construction, the outlet was blocked. So they have to pump water out of that. And that has been happening for the last 20 years. So we already have an example there of this water being blocked. I will take a lordship to the photograph. So today, all that we are seeking, because even they have said it's ASI protected, even if it is ASI protected, we filed a new document. But I don't want to go into that because preserving the underground water spring is that's fundamental to my faith and to all of our faith. This is why we are what we are saying. Yeah, lordship may then come.
So you see, but Mr. Hazarika, one thing, how can this court look into this? Yes, understood about the preservation of the underground water which needs to be preserved. That is one aspect of the matter, which they would also, because that is the fundamental of the temple. So otherwise, all these things which have been stated out here that this will have a change there, don't you think that it should be an expert body?
That is what we are seeking. So I'm very grateful to all. So when we said that this need, in fact, we have filed 2 reports. One is of Dr. Sarada Sharma. Sarada Sharma is a very eminent professor emeritus, reader emeritus at Imperial College, London. And there's Dr. Sudhir Kumar, who's former director of National Institute of Hydrology. They have said that in these kind of cases, what you do is you conduct these kind of studies. In fact, Dr. Sarada Sharma has identified a fourth dimension. He says there's a seismic fault there. I'll take a Lordship's two-page opinion on very long. So initially on affidavit, when they had represented, as the Lordship saw the order, they said IIT Guwahati will do an independent geological and hydrological. I'm not concerned whether what shape and form the access corridor takes, if it helps the pilgrim. But it should not be that it's a operation successful and patient death syndrome. So today, and it cannot be that it can be repaired through some contempt of some officer or the other. Today, what they have said in their MOU, because we were under the belief that IIT would be entrusted with the work, independent work of doing it independently. PWD is going to do it itself. It is not that the IIT is going to do it. They are going to do, and they haven't even mentioned which agency is going to do it. One. Two, then they will only have IIT vet the project. And I may point out, Malad, and I filed also the MOU. Archaeological Survey of India, which looks after the Ajanta-Ellora caves, there was a problem with the preservation of cave paintings. Archaeological Survey of India entered into an MOU with Geological Survey of India because this requires geologists to trace the path and flow of underground water. It's not easy at all. There are 3 different tests which are applied. So then they engaged them and entered into an MOU, and that is how they were preserved. Today, the government represented on affidavit that are going to let IIT do it. We are happy, and then the preserved eternal springs will be protected. But the MOU does not mention either of those things. First, it does not even say that IIT will do the study. Secondly, there is no mention of the eternal springs. It only speaks about the construction, that how the structural aspect, how deep will you deep. And there is yet a fourth aspect to it. The Pollution Control Board, who they have taken permission, they are going to extract 430,000 liters of water a day. And Milad, I was put in a conference call with the former member of the Central Groundwater Authority, because there are a lot of people who are very devoted to this. They had sought me. I'm forgetting his name. But they said if you dig so much out from groundwater, then all the it'll upset the entire balance of the underground water spring. And because Kamakhya today, Milad, the water supply for the inhabitants comes from the Kamakhya water supply project. Wells are not been permitted. Whatever pre-existing wells were there, they were there. So that is why I wanted to take your Lordship, may I just take your Lordship to Dr. Sarada Sharma's opinion. It's very important. Page 398. He has advised government of China on the Karakoram highway. 398. 398 is his biodata, Malad. I think it's at 490. I'll just wanted to give you a Lordship's words. In fact, there are civil engineering methods named after him. He's from Assam. It is mentioned in the, this is a download from the Imperial College website. Dr. Sarada Sharma, BTech Honors PhD, grew up in Assam, India, and studied civil engineering in the Institute of Technology. After working as a field engineer on the Umiam Dam construction, he was part of the Parapani. He developed an instinct and he developed the Sharma slope method.
Yes.
Yeah.
Page 419.
419 is the opinion. Yes. I'll read from paragraph 2. It's a 2-page opinion. If I understand correctly, in fact, he says at the outset because he is a regular visitor. I'll read the first paragraph. Thank you very much for your kind letter asking me to look into the complex situation that has arisen in the Maa Kamakhya Temple complex. I must say at the very outset that I just cannot understand how this situation came about. To me, Maa Kamakhya Temple in the whole of Nilachal Hill is a small sacred place, and no one from outside should interfere with it. I think there is no available space to expand and change this complex. However, someone somewhere has decided to interfere and to deal with it. If I understand correctly, the nature of sacredness of the Maa Kamakhya Temple and the other temples associated with it is the flow of water over the most sacred center of the temple, which the pilgrims touch and pray over it. Without that flow of water, there will be no sacredness of the temple, and therefore there will be no pilgrims to it. There are also secret ponds connected to this water flow, which will dry up without that water. So whatever change is attempted for the hill, the flow of water must not stop, or it should not change its direction. Therefore, to understand the problem, it is necessary to find the source of that water. The underground indivisible aquifer that supplies the water and the underground interstitial paths that the water takes to arrive at the temple. Once it is established, it will be necessary to ascertain that any future work on Nilachal Hill area does not disturb the equilibrium between the rocks and the interstitial spaces and flow of water. In order to locate the aquifer and the path of flow through geophysical investigation will need to be done on the hill. We cannot use type of investigations. We need massive, which needs blasting of rocks, which the purpose. We will need non-invasive surface geophysical methods such as ground penetrating radar investigation, electrical resistivity tomography, and seismic surveys. The geotechnical investigation which looks for soil properties will be to understand the stability of the slopes of the hill. Any construction work on the hill slopes can easily cause slope failures. The main cause of falling of stable slopes is toe cutting and rains. Any flattening of slopes for road or building construction involves toe cutting. Proper design may reduce the risk of slope failures. Earthquakes are an important factor as well. We have to remember that Nilachal Hill is a very high seismic region and earthquakes will happen. We cannot forget the great earthquake of June 87, which had the epicenter not very far from the Nilachal Hill, and there must have been lots of damage in the Nilachal Hill area. What worries me most is the possibility of large earthquakes with epicenters in the hill area. It is perhaps true that in the last 120 years, when the instrumental recording of earthquakes started, there are no epicenter of earthquakes in the Nilachal Hill region. But I remember the times when he used to climb the Maa Kamakhya Temple on foot from Guwahati. The path was called Mekhala Ujwa path for obvious reasons. I do not know whether the whole path is that has the name or just a section of it. In that path, there was a section, and I'm sure it is still there, where the large stones were very slippery and very difficult to climb. A handrail was provided for the ease of climbing. Now, after coming here to London and looking at earthquake faults in Greece, while taking students for the field investigation, I saw false scarps on the rocks, which looks like glass. This occurs because when the glass rock breaks under heavy pressure and temperature, it melts and becomes like glass. This kind of false scarps can be seen. The rock that I mentioned in the Mekhala Ujwa path looks like such a false scarp. If I am right and that bit of rock exists in situ, then it was a hypocenter of a big earthquake. When this earthquake happened, I have no idea, but it must be at a time before the footpath was built. A field seismologist should investigate the region and map the location area for location of fault. I am talking about my experience as a boy, and I have not climbed that path after I have taken interest in seismology. So it is possible I am wrong, but it is a fact that Nilachal Hill exists in the middle of a highly seismic region, and one should be very careful about disturbing the balance of nature in such situation. I have not retained about the details of the geophysical investigation. These are something which can be left to the investigator's side. They should conduct the investigations of the main aim of the investigation, that the location of the aquifer and path of the flow of water from the aquifer to the temples is fulfilled. Now, over the next page, he also gives his recommendations. What kind of geophysical investigations are required? Geophysical investigations for locating the source and path of the water through the temple. Ground penetrating radar investigation, the send radar. Electrical resistivity tomography. Seismic reflection and refraction. So these are independent, well as non-invasive methods. Then he has for slope geometry, because he is the progenitor of the Sarma slope method. Field investigation looking for earthquake flaws. Now, before I take your lordship to the MOU, your lordship will see the GSI MOU with ASI. ASI, which was in for Ajanta Ellora cave, that's at page 358. Very good. Someone like him should be consulted. He's offered his services voluntarily. And in fact, he has said he'll be visiting India shortly, in September or October. All right. Anyway, so he's available.
So your apprehension is, if any corridor, basing on the opinion of Perth, that if any construction is being carried out, it may result in, I don't know, without looking into the seismic interest, then
And the
it
water
may
flow,
result in there is an earthquake out there, it may result in a catastrophe.
that is, he's highlighted the fourth aspect, but he has highlighted two aspects. Firstly, he says that water is sacred, so water has to be protected. So the path of water has to be the basis, it has to be tracked, then you build around it, if you're building. Secondly, you also have to take into account the earthquake part. So then you have to take into account the earthquake sensitivity. So after you've accounted for that, then do your construction. But today, as it appears, that is not even in their contemplation or anywhere in the envisage. And may I take you how it has been done parallelly? Your lordship will come to page 358, GSI, ASI, MOU in for Ajanta Ellora case. 358 at 364, 358 it starts. It's a first chapter of a book, And at 364 is the MOU. Introduction. This is a publication 358 is by the Director of Geological Survey of India. After they did the and at 364 is the MOU.
Yes.
Your Lordship has a memorandum of understanding. 364. The Geological Survey of India undertook a program of multidisciplinary geoscientific studies at the request of the Archaeological Survey of India, comprising topographic survey and large-scale geological mapping, geophysical surveys, geotechnical studies, terrestrial stereo photographic studies of vulnerable slopes, seismic assessment by micro-earthquake studies, and environmental impact assessment studies of the caves and their environment. A memorandum of understanding to this effect was signed between the Geological Survey of India and the Archaeological Survey of India for carrying out multidisciplinary geological, geotechnical, and environmental appraisal of Ajanta and Ellora caves and for suggesting mitigation measures for the problems faced in conservation of the caves. The memorandum provided for the following scope of work: geomorphological studies based on photogeological and remote sensing methods over a area of 100 square kilometers, topographic survey of an area of 0.4 scale with 1 meter contour intervals, whatever method. If your Lordship see the second last point, geophysical survey of the area for detection and delineation of seepage zones, because those paintings in Ajanta and Ellora, they were being spoiled by seepage. So the second last bullet point on the left-hand side of page 364 says that that's what they have to undertake. That is what the MOU spelled out. And also geo-environmental appraisal over at 364 on the right-hand side. Surface water, groundwater, land use, and study of noise levels and air quality. All of that is so important because what has happened is, and as Dr. Sharma mentioned, it is not that it is some kind of a pipe. It is to the cracks in the rock which create a tunnel. That is how the water flows. A little bit of upset in the balance, it can go anywhere. Then, your Lordship, if I may take another Dr. Director, National Institute of Hydrology also gave an opinion, 248. I'll just show you, Lordship, what the overview of two independent experts, and these are two eminent experts. He gave a one-page brief opinion, 248.
Read this page 367 and all.
Sorry, what?
360. Page 367 and all these photographs.
Oh, 367 is the road. I'm grateful to your Lordship. 367 is the Pandu Maligaon road. I'm grateful to your Lordship, which they built. Your Lordship will recall there was this road. Now that road is closed. Your Lordship will see at page 366. Look at the steepness of the slope, and it is more apparent. If your Lordship sees on 367 on the right hand side, because there were landslides, they put some kind of whatever resisting, I think, some kind of nails on the at 367, and the steepness of the road mirrors at 367 bottom and apparent at 368. And 368 top and bottom mirrors, your Lordship will see how steep. In fact, there are accidents. People have died. The road is now closed. This is a PWD built road, which is now saying that it's going to do the study, which even ASI did not have the courage to do. Now, your Lordship, I may take your Lordship to page 248. Another expert, Dr. Sudhir Kumar. He is also the Kamakhya devotee, but nevertheless, everybody is
Page
248. Your Lordship, it's a 248. The Sudhir Kumar, I, Sudhir Kumar, former Director, National Institute of Hydrology, Roorkee, have come to know that there is a proposal to redevelop and beautify the area around Maa Kamakhya Temple, Guwahati. I have stayed at Guwahati for 2 years. He was posted during 1992 and I visited the shrine a number of times. Maa Kamakhya Temple is one of the oldest Pitha and is spiritually considered one of the most sacred places in Northeast India. Over the years, surrounding temples has witnessed civic expansion, which has resulted in uninterrupted growth in the neighborhood. I will come unless the bold portion. Your Lordship will see that. Therefore, given the large-scale construction, including multi-level buildings, it will not only be appropriate but essential to a comprehensive geo-hydrological study of the hill, so that the springs supplying the water to the Garbhagriha area is not disturbed. He was mentioning, because most people don't go to the other Dasa Mahavidyas, that everyone, barring Maa Tara, which has a Vigraha, all of the others have water. Even Maa Tara, I think there is also some water there, in addition to the Vigraha. The study needs to involve subsurface mapping, using ground penetrating radar, which is what also Dr. Saradasama said, around each temple with water in the sanctum or Garbhagriha. This will help to detect the joints, fractures to which the water is flowing into the sanctum, also flowing out.
Now, Mr. Hazarika,
Lordship,
what do they say about these opinions in their reply?
They have not responded. All right, now your lordship will see MOU. Let's not come to the MOU. Before that, I just want to show 252, the Siddheshwar Mandir where their pipes are shown. 251, 250. Did I just show this?
MOU is where?
Is at page 376.
Hmm?
376. They represent, I'll take your lordship first to the affidavit 372, your lordship may see what they have said on government. Page 3, your lordship will first come to page 372, paragraph 5. Well, what is that? What they have said in the affidavit while annexing the MOU? Paragraph 5, my lords, second sentence. The IIT Guwahati has been entrusted to carry out hydrological and geophysical study in that area to ensure that there will be no damage to the sacred natural water springs due to construction of the Maa Kamakhya Temple access corridor. This is the representation on affidavit. Now, my lordship, what does the MOU say? The IIT Guwahati has been instructed to do geological, to protect the water springs. Two parts. Now, your lordship will see MOU at page 376. Scope of work, my lords, at the bottom, article 1. I will read out all of it. IITG will provide technical advice based on the geotechnical investigation, including hydrogeological and geophysical investigations carried out by PWD to the department. Accordingly, IITG will submit a feasibility report, PWD building department. IITG will go on to examine the report and give the observations related to the identified subsurface features as stated in the report. IIT Guwahati will provide vetting of geotechnical investigation foundation selection report submitted by PWD building for the new construction related to the project. Vetting of structural design and drawings, work plan and execution methodology will be done by IITG, which will be provided by PWD building department. And PWD building will also ensure the execution of the work plan and execution methodology are followed as per vetted by IIT. So they will say what the methodology, the IIT is hamstrung. Whatever they say, because they are only related to construction foundation. There is no mention. Even as it is not in their capability. When even ASI did not think it fit, because there is a 400 crore project, I'm sure that's why they don't want to let go of it. But then, Manoj, we cannot be, Manoj, the sacrificial goes, the entire country cannot be to some engineers wanting to do a 400 crore project. So today, they are planning to do it themselves or through some agency they will employ. No, what harm is it if the IIT Guwahati is asked to do the study, or why not GSI or IIT Guwahati in conjunction? This is so important. This is fundamental. And Manoj, I have also files from the scriptures, from the Yogini Tantra of the 17th century, Kalika Purana of 1500 years. That's water sparsh darshan is key, Manoj. I will not take a lordship, but those shlokas are there. So 2000 years, Kamakhya Manoj, worship has happened. Today, Manoj, we must hold them to their representation, what they have said in paragraph 5. That IIT Guwahati do it and make the preservation of water springs as the center point. And then the rest should follow from it. And if they want to take anyone else, then they should take anyone else.
Now, here, as per the memorandum of understanding, if I
Yes, sir.
understand correctly, the IITG will only provide the technical advice.
On the report to be furnished by them.
What report?
IIT Guwahati will provide technical advice. I'm reading clause 1. Based on the geotechnical investigation, including hydrogeological and geophysical investigation carried out at PWD building department. So they will carry out, and then because water springs.
So you say that the hydrogeological and geophysical investigation, they don't have the expertise.
Obviously not. It requires geologists. It requires high caliber. If ASI gave it to GSI, because you need to take seismic impact, you need to see water seepage flow. Where are the geologists there? They can't even build the road. The road, I believe, has been now given to IIT Guwahati for rectification. They can't even build the road, and I want to do geophysical investigation. Or in a matter like this, just because there is 400 crores, is the 400 crores, that's all.
No, Mr. Nath, does the PWD have this expertise? This is the most crucial point all over whatever may be. There are various opinions, whatever is required that you require. And you also admit that there is a requirement of a hydrogeological and geophysical investigation. Now, does the PWD have this expertise? If they do not, no, it is not that. this is not a case where you can dispose it of like this. You can't dispose it of only. This may require a continuing mandamus, taking into account what is happening. But the question is that everything boils down from what the arguments I could hear is as to whether the PWD has the expertise in respect to hydrogeological and geophysical investigation, because it is on the basis of that report the IIT will take action. The IIT will make the feasibility report on the basis thereof. Because on the earlier occasion, what you made the submission, in fact, in paragraph number 5, this portion of paragraph number 5, you say that the IITG has been entrusted to carry out hydrological and geophysical study in that area to ensure that there is no damage to the sacred water area due to construction of so and so. Page 372, the last 4 or 5 lines in paragraph number 5. So you have entrusted the IIT to do it. Now, the question is, in view of whatever the reports, after all, one has to take note of that the water is one of the most important aspects of the Maa Kamakhya Temple. There's no quarrel with that. If anything it happens, it has to, or anything you do has to be done with the proper persons who have the expertise. After all, it is one of the most ancient pits. There's no quarrel. Because if you go to any other place in the world, when I was there in Athens and all, they do everything. They may be very slow. They don't do it in a hush manner or in a very fast manner, taking into account that any small things would take a long time. Like I was there in Athens out there, they were taking so many years. Even if you go to Berlin, if you have to see the palace out there, they've taken years. From 1950, 51, they have been building and it is not yet complete. They've taken so many years to rebuilding it after the bombardment and all. Because they can't do it, because it requires a lot of expertise in doing
Yes,
everything.
in fact, you have to get quarries, stones from the quarry.
Yes.
In fact, this Bhubaneswari temple, my lords, the quarries were apparently in. I spoke to some of the archaeologists here who wanted to help, but nobody listened to them. They just put red tiles from somewhere. They should have got those tiles because given the sanctity of that place, the quarries in Khasi Hills were also known. Like Chinnamasta, my lordship will recall, was completely destroyed. Apparently, there were 3 different kinds of architecture over 500 years which was there, and then it was rebuilt. But it was rebuilt in a modern fashion. But that is, as your lordship says, we don't impart that kind of sanctity. That is still all right, the outer part. But today, this hits at the very basis of the entire Nilachal Hill. All the underground. And Siddheshwar temple, I have the photograph. The pipe water is being pumped up from the pipe. And this will only hold them to their representation. Because today, only body is either one of the IITs or the Geological Survey of India. Because otherwise, I think maybe IIT Roorkee and or IIT Guwahati, they would have the expertise. And these are methods.
Have you made the Geological Survey of India party in the process?
We haven't. We can. We have made the party. But that is our prayer is there, but we had not made
As well ASI?
ASI is a party.
Who is paying for the ASI?
In fact, your lordship on 19th, they stand up and say Assam government is going to represent them. And in fact, on the 19th of June, we have all these affidavits where the lordship said on the 3rd of June, your lordship had said that ASI will be at liberty to file a response. They choose not to file a response. And service is complete on all of them.
No, because you see, ASI, if you are asking for a direction, how can the Assam government appear for ASI? ASI is a body, is an independent body. Maybe a council of the Assam government can represent. That's another aspect of the matter.
But that is what is orally submitted.
Seven, who is representing?
Respondent number 3 is, I think, the archaeologist.
Why will you not make the archaeological survey of India?
Respondent number 3. Respondent number 3.
Huh?
Respondent number 3. And it's
Respondent number 3 is there. Who is appearing for this?
earlier the standing council, I think,
No central government council?
the Deputy Solicitor General was appearing.
Where is he? Because his thing is the most important. he is the person who can come up and say
Their
what
view
is
is that
required.
this area is not protected.
Huh?
Kamakhya is not protected according to them. So therefore, they don't need to get into it. That is what they are saying.
Have they given anyway anything?
No, that's another story. The chief secretary has filed an affidavit. There's another matter in the PIL, but that's not getting anywhere. Where he says that this is not a protected area. We have now filed a letter on our last day. There's a gateway on the western side, on the Pandu side. If your lordship goes out from main Kamakhya, is there's the normal entrance which we go through, and we exit on the other side. There's a stone gateway there. Now that is protected. Even the dancing Bhairav, which is behind Bhairavi Mandir, is also protected, which is barely 20 meters from Kamakhya main temple. So if that is protected, then obviously the main temple complex comes into that. But I was not even getting into that because we wanted to focus on this water part first and see that how it goes. Here, ASI and GSI and IIT Guwahati can, all the three bodies can go get together and do the preservation. That is the best mode actually.
How is the monument protected, or a temple is protected by the ASI?
The temple is not. Only I will take your lordships now to, I think we filed an affidavit on the last affidavit that I find. 397. 397 on this one. No, not this one. No, 397. List of protected monuments we have. Yes, your lordship. 393. Your lordship, you see page 3. This is the letter. Page 392 is the letter. 26th of March 2019.
Yes.
This is from the Government of India ASI to the Superintending of the Archaeological Survey of India. In this regard, please find copy here with final list of centrally protected monuments under the jurisdiction of Guwahati Circle for information and necessary action. Now, my lords, if your lordship will come to 393, at the bottom, item 18, Dor Garila, rock inscription, Kamakhya Hill, Guwahati, Kamru. The lordship sees that, and over the page, my lords. Item 24, the rock cut figures, there's Kamakhya Hill, the dancing Bhairava. The dancing Bhairava is just behind Bhairavi Mandir. Figures of Ganesha, this is on the Pandu side. Figure of Narkakur, 400 Bhairavi is also there. Item 7, the stone gateway, is in the main Kamakhya temple complex.
That must be the reason why you are having now gold over Kamakhya Temple,
Yes, that is the reason.
because it's not protected.
And I'm told, my lords, that gold may not, it may be 80 to 100 kilos. But what is relevant is it was put on bronze first, or put on some, I think, iron. That iron is 70, 80 tons were put on top of the dome. And they did not take into account. I mean, archaeologists have lamented the fact that you have not been checked for structural efficacy. 80 tons of iron on top of that, the gold was put.
But there was nothing done out there. No survey or anything. That is why they have done it. Okay.
But the stone gateway brings it within the ambit because it will come with a 100 meters protected zone under the ASI 1958. But the only thing is, well, now today, that because we did not want to open up so many fronts, is why I was focusing on the water, because at least let us preserve that, leave alone the structures. We need basically an ASI, GSI, IIT, Guwahati, all of them comprehensively to develop this thing. And there are other issues because there's some water seepage also because excess construction has happened. Some water seepage in the temple, you had some water tested also. There's some anomalies in some of the sanctums and particularly in Dhumavati. And this time when I just been recently, there was some stench coming from Indian and gets into some of the places. So that's another part we'll address. But now we at least have to, if we trace the water paths and see what is there, then this whole thing can be then continue.
What is the function of the ASI? They make these archaeological surveys, that's a different thing. But what is otherwise the function of an ASI?
Thank you. There are different function powers that they've been given. No functions really as in a definition. Protected areas, maintenance, acquisition, prohibition of regulated area. Basically, preservation and protection, because essentially that is their function. Functions known as 20I. 20I methods. Functions and powers of exercise of following discharge of powers of functions. Recommendations. For grading recommendations. Oversee the work of implement. Suggest measures for implement. Consider the impact of large-scale development projects, including public projects and projects essential to the public, which may be. Your Lordship has 20I, paragraph 20I, section 20I. Copy on this. Of the ESI Act. I understand where your Lordship is coming from. You can have my copy. Yes,
They, it seems from their website, they only deal with cultural heritage in.
But I understand where your Lordship, 20I, your Lordship may see. 20I, B or D. Oh, section 20I. It's an amendment, I think, inserted in 2000.
Of the 58 Act.
58 Act. 20I, your Lordship may see. E. Functions and powers of authority. This is inserted by 2010 Act, section 20I. I think it will be page 17 if you have the same copy. E, your Lordship may see. Function, your Lordship has functions and powers of authority, your Lordship.
But unless it is being declared under section 3.
Yes. But that Western Gateway and Bhairavi is protected.
No. Therefore, you see, kindly see ancient monument 2A definition.
I've seen that.
Means any structure, erection, or monument, or so and so, or place of intermediate, or any kind of historical, archaeological, or artistic taste which have been in existence for remains of an ancient so and so, so and so.
If the definition, if your Lordship sees at page section 2A, anyone more than 100 years old, but it first has to be then notified.
Without notification, they don't step in.
Here they have been notified. That is why they did not.
That is why.
But then no, but Mullah, they because that Western Gateway is a fairly big gateway. I mean, photo kya nahi hai? Is a very big gateway as from the rear side, on the Pandu side as we go out. As we enter from the main Maa Kamakhya Temple and go out. It is there. So that when if that is protected, then the whole area actually comes within the protected zone.
No. They have to specify, and when they have specified by this 393.
No, but the 100-meter zone comes in then, na? That 100-meter zone in terms of 20.
100 meters in respect to which provision?
Declaration of prohibited area. 20 capital A, prohibited and regulated areas. Lordship has 20 capital A.
Prohibited areas and carrying out public works or other works in prohibited.
So then they will have the power to scrutinize any developmental works in terms of 20 IE. And 20B, 200 meters is the regulated area. Prohibited area and regulated area is 100 and 200 meters. So the Western Stone Gateway, it actually comes in.
And that is another aspect of the matter. That is there. So ASI would not have any other work much, but the GSI may.
Yes. GSI and even IIT Guwahati, I'm told, is all right, but even they wouldn't have the capability. Because you need geologists, they don't have geologists because GSI has already done something like this in Ajanta Ellora. It is a UNESCO heritage project site, Ajanta Ellora. So we can include them in the geology and then let them also come in on the, because this is something of too fundamental importance that we should, and that MOE does not even mention that the water springs have to be protected. That is the basis.
Well, we do one thing. Only question now remaining is whether the PWD has the
It
expertise.
does not.
Let us hear them.
Well, I have said so on affidavit also, they don't have the competence in the case because you need geologists. Look at the kind of studies which GSI has done. They look at the seismic impact. It is obvious that it does not have. PWD is only roads and buildings construction. It is only civil engineering. And they themselves have said they will get IIT Guwahati. If they had the competence, why would they say that IIT Guwahati is going to do it? They now just want to use that as a cover. What they've said on, because we can hold them to what they've said on affidavit. That's all. Let them do what they've said on affidavit. That IIT Guwahati will do the hydrogeological study, and I might suggest that they can co-opt other bodies also into it because this is a fairly large scale project. And Dr. Sharma has pointed out the seismic impact. In fact, I don't see why his inputs cannot be taken in. I mean, we have an eminent international expert who China consults for Karakoram Highway, for which India government engages for Bhuj. He's visiting professor to 15 universities internationally, and we don't ask him to do anything. Why can't someone like Dr. Sharma be co-opted into this? I mean, the diaspora has enough of talent.
For the time being, they have not gone ahead.
They have not.
Let's hear the Advocate General tomorrow. On this aspect, as to whether the PWD has the expertise to make the feasibility survey out there. Mr. U. Hazarika, the senior counsel, assisted by Mr. K.P. Pathak, the learned of the D. Nath appears on behalf of the respondent state government. None appears on behalf of the central government on call. The instant writ petition has been filed challenging the Tribune notice dated 15/3/2024 issued by the Chief Engineer, PWD Buildings, whereby the respondent number 10 has been directed to proceed with the execution of the work of Maa Kamakhya Temple access corridor at Guwahati on engineering, procurement and construction (EPC) mode -1, as well as all. In addition to that, the petitioner have also sought for various other consequential reliefs. It is seen from the materials on record, more particularly the order dated 19/6/2024, that a submission was made by the Advocate General that the NIT in question was only for engineering, procurement, and construction mode. And the progress made in respect to the said project is at the engineering stage, which means that the drawing, design and clearance, etc. are required to be finalized, and only after that stage is completed, the project would move to the next stage, which is procurement of relevant materials, and due completion of the first two stages, that is engineering and procurement stage only, the construction work would proceed. Taking into account the above, this court put a specific query upon Mr. D. Nath, the learned senior government advocate, as to what is the present stage of the said construction work of the project in question. He submitted that it is still at the stage of engineering and procurement. The learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner, senior counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner, has drawn this court to the various reports submitted by experts, wherein, taking into account that the region where the Maa Kamakhya Temple is situated is a seismic 5 zone, there is a requirement of having a proper geophysical study being opined. The learned senior counsel submitted, drawing the attention of this court to the affidavit filed by the Special Commissioner and Special Secretary to the Government of Assam, Public Works, Building and National Highway Department, on 23/7/2024, that it has been specifically mentioned at paragraph number 5 that the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, have been entrusted to carry out the hydrological and geophysical study in the area to ensure that there will be no damage to the sacred natural water springs due to the construction of Maa Kamakhya Temple, inverted comma, access corridor, inverted comma, closed. The learned senior counsel, however, submits that though this statement is being made at paragraph number 5 of the affidavit, but the MOU enclosed therewith as Annexure A shows otherwise. Referring to clause Roman 1 of the scope of work stated in the Memorandum of Understanding dated 25/6/2024, the learned senior counsel submitted that the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, would submit a feasibility report on the basis of geotechnical investigation, including hydrogeological and geophysical investigation carried out by the PWD building department. He submitted that the PWD building department does not have the expertise in that regard. It is not, he further submitted that it is not understood why specialized specialized departments such as the Geological Survey of India have not been consulted. This court, taking into account the stand which have been taken in the affidavit filed on 23rd of July 2024, wherein the government of Assam have also duly admitted that there is a requirement that there should be no damage to the sacred natural springs due to the construction of the Maa Kamakhya Temple access corridor, fixes the matter Wednesday?
Wednesday. I'm ready.
On Wednesday,
Since I'll be doing it on VC, could your lordship have it at 2 o'clock?
Huh?
Since I'll be on VC, only one concession at 2 o'clock or something.
Okay. Okay, we'll have it on Thursday then. Thursday.
Thursday. He's the LNT, the private contractor.
From revenue, you have gone to respond number 10. Look at it later on.
Better if you do there.
We'll have it on Thursday. Whether your advocate general is available, he is the person
Yes,
to be
very
most
specific.
wanted. Otherwise, other people are available everywhere. And you know this court. Whether he is available or not, today I have excused him. I don't excuse other people all the time. Whatever may be. Or either on Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. Not here. Yeah, on so and so. On which date the state government shall apprise this court as to whether the PWD building department has the expertise to carry out the geotechnical investigation, including the hydrogeological and geophysical investigation, on the basis of which the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, would submit the feasibility report list accordingly.
Your lordship may record I'll be on VC because I think we'll have to request for.
Huh?
I'll be on VC, my lords, from them. So I believe we have to record it in the order, otherwise, my lords, that link.
No, don't worry. Nothing. The matter will come up. You want it on Thursday. If it is on Thursday, then Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, just get the information. Otherwise, get ready by yourself. Yes. No, we'll look into that, but you find out only one thing next date. What does the Geological Survey of India do? And get a pusto. The Mr. Upward none appears for central government Gusai play. The so-and-so, R.K. Dev Chaudhary, the learned Deputy Solicitor General, appears on behalf of the central government. Pusto. On the next date, Mr. R.K. Dev Chaudhary shall also apprise this court as to what is the role of the Geological Survey of India.
Great.
Because that may help us and to proceed with it.
On the subject matter of the issue.
On the subject matter, role of here, just generally what is there. Because what they did, they also do, because here we are concerned with the seismic thing. We are not others, we are not concerned. Here is a question of rocks and minerals and all these things. So that let us find out. If need be, then you may have to include them.
I'm great. Equally.
May I please your lordship, this second round of repetition. And the last repetition was more for extension of time, my lord, for holding AGM come election, my lord. Lordship, kindly see order date, order at page 43, relevant portion at page 44. Page 44. On 24/7, lordship was pleased to dispose of the close the repetition with this observation.
Yes, why you are opposing from holding the meeting?
The next page is, my lord, time was given. On the next date, immediately after passing of the order, we have issued notice on 25, my lord. Lordship, kindly see page 46.
Now, what business you have to stop? Tell me. Anything wrong? Election petition is there. You have no business. Why you are stopping it? Tomorrow you may again cause him the problem with 39.
Disqualification will come, my lord. Section 41(2) will come.
Why you are
Wait.
stopping it?
We have limited time to hold the election before 18, my lord.
So today is what?
Please, 5th, my lord.
So
Nomination paper were taken by the, my lord, shareholders, and
if something gets wrong, you get your jurisdiction when? You get your jurisdiction only after elections are over, something has happened, somebody makes a complaint, you do whatever you like. How can you, before that you act out there?
they pasted it at 12, my lord. Before 12, at 11, and time was given from 10 to, my lord, 1 p.m. And I have Lordship, kindly see page 82, last page.
Last page you can read it.
Page 82, I am not reading. This is the CAMS camera at 12.05, my lord. This was taken. It was pasted before that, my lord, much before that. And time was given from 10 to 1 p.m., my lord,
For what?
for submission of nomination papers. While the shareholders were present for submission of nomination paper, respondent number 5 and 6, returning officer and assistant returning officer, they, my lord, pasted this paper in the wall and they gone away to avoid the, my lord, taking the nomination papers, my lord.
Who are the returning and assistant returning officer?
They are the departmental officers, my lord. 5 and 6. Respondent number 5 and 6.
It is wrong.
Their high-handedness only to disqualify us from the process of holding election, my lord.
Now, this has happened when?
On, my lord, 1,
One. We are today 4th.
5th.
5th. Then what will happen to the nomination? How it will be?
Nomination papers are there, my lord.
Till when you can submit?
My lord, only they have to accept it. Nomination papers were collected by the, my lord, shareholders before first, and now they are ready to submit it. They will submit it by tomorrow, and my lord, election may go on 10th, my lord. All of
As fixed. No private respondents?
no private.
We dispose it of. No, not necessary. You appear for these two, na? for the returning and yeah. No, they are only agreed with the action of the respondent number 5 and 6. So, and 5 and 6 are your officers. The instant writ petition has been filed challenging the heard Mr. So-and-so JMA Chaudhary, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner. Mr. S.K. Talukdar appears on behalf of the respondent number 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. Taking into account that the presence of the respondent number 4 is not relevant, this court, and the urgency in which the urgency for which and the urgency in disposal of the instant writ petition, this court takes the urgency of the relief sought for the instant court. This court takes up the instant writ petition for disposal at the motion stage itself. Full stop. The petitioners herein had approached this court on an earlier occasion, seeking extension of time for holding of the election, for holding of the AGM, including the election of the Jamadar Hath Samabhai Samiti Limited. The said writ petition was registered and numbered as WPC number 3715/2024. When the matter was listed before this court on 24/7/2024, the counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioners in the said writ petition submitted that in view of the improving clerk situation, he would not like to press the writ petition. It was also informed to this court that the notice in terms with the provisions of the Assam Cooperative Society Act 2007 would be issued on 25/7/2024. Thereby to hold the meeting on 10/8/2024 in view of a resolution already passed. In view of the said submissions, this court disposed of the said writ petition by an order dated 24/7/2024 on withdrawal, with a further observation that the Corporation Department of the Government of Assam shall provide the necessary aid to the petitioners so the meeting can be held on 10/8/2024. Post the disposal of the said writ petition by the order dated 24/7/2024, the notice was issued on 25/7/2024, thereby intimating all the shareholders that the election, AGM, along with the election, would be held on 10/8/2024. It is the case of the petitioners that the respondent number 5 and 6, who are the returning officer as well as the assistant returning officer, for reasons best known, stayed the nomination process by the notice dated 1/8/2024, which is the subject matter of challenge in the instant writ petition. Next. Mr. J.M.E. Chaudhary, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner, submitted that the shareholders interested in participating in the election duly went to submit the nomination papers before the respondent number 5 and 6. However, they refused to accept, and on the other hand, stayed the nomination process by the impugned notice. The learned counsel for the petitioner submitted that the said respondent number 5 and 6 could not have exercised such a jurisdiction in view of the clear mandate of the provisions of the Assam Cooperative Societies Act 2017, as well as the election to the rules, Assam Cooperative Society Election Rules 2019. This court have also heard Mr. S.K. Talukdar, the learned counsel. Where's your notice?
This page 79, ma'am.
Huh?
This holding election, my lord.
Uh,
That, my lord, page 46. Annexure 7. And next page is the, my lord, order of appointment, page 48, by which, my lord, ARCS has appointed the respondent number 5 and 6 to, my lord, supervise the election as a returning officer and assistant returning officer. Page 48.
This court have duly perused. And this court have also heard Mr. S.K. Talukdar, the learned counsel, appearing on behalf of the Corporation Department. A perusal of the notice dated 25/7/2024 clearly shows that it was notified that the AGM/election of the society was scheduled to be held on 10/8/2024. And the date and time for submission of the nomination was fixed on 1/8/2024 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The date for withdrawal of the nomination was fixed on 3/8/2024. And the AGM would be held from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 10/8/2024. And the election would be held from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the same date. In pursuance to the said notice, the Assistant Register of Cooperative Society duly passed an order on 29th of July 2024 fixing the schedule for submission of the notification and nomination as well as for scrutiny of nomination papers, as well as the date and full stop. In addition to that, the date of the election and the time of the election was also notified. This court further have perused the notice, impugned notice, which have been enclosed as Annexure 10, as well as also the scanned copy of the notice, which have been enclosed as Annexure 11. Taking into account that it was duly notified that the nomination papers were to be received from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 1/8/2024. It shocks and surprises this court as to the actions on the part of the respondent number 5 and 6 to hurriedly cancel the nomination process. Even the scanned copy of the notice, which have been enclosed as Annexure row 11, shows that the scanned copy was received on 8/1/2024 at 12:05 p.m., which categorically shows, which therefore shows that even prior to the period stipulated in the notice dated 25/7/2024 as well as the order dated 29/7/2024, the respondent number 5 and 6 have acted to cancel the nomination papers and the nomination process. Under such circumstances, in the opinion of this court, the said actions on the part of the respondent number 5 to cancel the nomination process is ex facie, bad in law, and liable to be interfered with. Consequently, the said nomination, the impugned notices, that is Annexure 10 and 11, are both set aside and quashed. This court also takes due note that 10/8/2024 is the date fixed for holding the AGM as well as the elections. The order dated 29/7/2024 as well as the notice dated 25/7/2024 duly stipulates the same. The nominations have not yet been received, taking into account the haste shown by the respondent number 5 and 6 to cancel the nomination process. Under such circumstances, this court direct that the nomination that the respondent number, the Corporation Department shall forthwith issue a order, thereby extending the period of submission of the nomination as well as the scrutiny of documents. How much days notice is required?
10 days.
So then we can't have it now. We have to extend the period to 18th then. The last date is 16. 16.
If they accept the nomination tomorrow, 16.
5. So by tomorrow, if it is done,
then it will be on 16.
এইখিনি লাষ্টৰ এইখিনি লেখো এই লাষ্টৰ এই পেৰাগ্ৰাফটো না with haste so and so No, full stop. Under such circumstances, this court grants the liberty to the petitioners to issue a fresh notice by tomorrow. They told by tomorrow, thereby fixing the election, the AGM oblique as well as the election.
My lord, can it be like this? Earlier date of nomination, my lord, notice may be extended till tomorrow. And
No. There's a problem out there. Why I'm saying, so, again, somebody will come that we did not receive this notice. You get it? That is why I stopped. What is the otherwise my problem out there?
Lordship.
This is going to happen later on. Some other people will come, look, who are not satisfied. Look here, election notification has to be 10 days.
Lordship.
We have not got it. So and so, thereby we issue a notice by tomorrow, that is so and so, thereby fixing the AGM on or before 18th of August 2024. Full stop. The Corporation Department, full stop. The petitioners immediately upon issuance of the said notification shall inform the Corporation Department, who shall pass an due order for appointment of the returning officer as well as the assistant returning officer, and as well as the schedule of the elections, to the petitioner society. Full stop. With the above the instant petitions test.
nomination papers were already taken by the my lord shareholders.
Who took?
My lord, page 49,
Who has taken that?
shareholders, my lord, 15 members of shareholders.
These nominations have to be given to somebody, na? To the
Collected
returning officer, isn't it required?
It is to receive by the returning officer, but papers are collected from the secretary.
Whatever may be, you do whatever may be, these nitty-gritties are not required to be done.
Obligation.
Oh, why? How much time? Mr. G. Pegu, appearing on behalf of the petitioner, respondents, submits that 10 days time may be granted for filing the affidavit, isn't it? On behalf of the respondents. Full stop. Huh? You have filed your affidavit? Submits that he will, for filing the affidavit on behalf of the respondent numbers 1, 3, and 4. Huh? Mr. G. Pegu. Accordingly, list the matter again on 30/8/2024. In the meantime, the affidavit be filed by 28th of August 2024 without fail. What is the matter about?
This is a matter relating to payment of family pension in regard to freedom fighters quota, my lord.
Oh,
And the legal heirs have made the petition because earlier the family pensioner also made a writ petition before this honorable court. Direction was given and that was not complied with. And in the meantime, she died, my lord. Now the legal heirs are before your lordship because a duplicate PPO was not issued, my lord. Pension payment order, which she lost.
it is however observed that in this eventuality, no affidavit is filed by the respondent. This court shall presume that the respondents do not have any. It shall be this court shall dispose of the instant writ petition on the basis of the materials already available on record.
Apply.
5.
Yes, what is this?
Paper relating to land
Huh?
taken under ceiling surplus lordship.
What?
The ceiling surplus land lordship.
Who has taken?
The government has taken the land. But the predecessor-
What do you want?
Basically, lordship, we file a revision petition. that is
Dispose of
pending.
a revision petition number so and so pending before the government as well as the representation filed where within a particular. Yes, why you're not doing that? Matter ends there. What is this? Order? Too short, too small an instruction? With regard to I am directed to have the submitted of the government of Myanmar. So? No, as of now, period is over. You should have. No, kindly see. No, what is there? See? What is your instruction? What is your instruction? Understood. What is your instruction?
BTC respondent. And to pass appropriate.
Okay, fantastic. So when date of the instructions, so 3 months is, then what is wrong? Oh, yuck. Heard Mr. M. Khan, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner. And full stop. Mr. P. Nayak appears on behalf of the respondent numbers 2. No. You are appearing for whom? 3, 4. Appearing for 4. Appears on behalf of the respondent number 4, 5. 5, 6. You are not appearing. 4. Mr. H. Sharma appears on behalf of the respondent numbers 3, 5, and 6. And Ms. N. Bordle appears on behalf of the respondent number 1 and 2. The instant petition has been filed by the petitioners being aggrieved by the delay caused in disposal of the revision petition bearing petition number 113/78 pending before the government, as well as the representation dated 27/9/2023. Full stop. It is under such circumstances the instant writ petition has been filed, seeking a direction upon the concerned respondent authorities to dispose of the said revision petition within a revision petition as well as the representation within a particular period of time, within a time frame. Full stop. Today, Mr. P. Naik, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petition respondent number 4, submitted that the ceiling case number KRC 75/1975-76 have been submitted to the PPS to the Chief Minister with a prayer for disposal of the said ceiling case. Full stop. It is also seen that from the instruction which is dated 6th of April 2024, 3 months' time was sought for completion of the hearing process. However, on inquiry, it has been submitted that in view of the pendency of the writ petition, the hearing process is not been completed. Have you done anything? Has the hearing process been done or not? Okay. It has been submitted that the counsel for the BTC is unaware as to whether the hearing process have been completed or not. This court duly takes note of that the proceedings, revision proceedings have been initiated by the petitioners in terms with the provisions of the Assam Fixation of Land Ceiling Act 1956. The authority concerned is required to dispose of the said proceedings at the earliest. However, in the instant case, it is seen that the revision petition was filed as far back as on in the year 1978. Almost 46 years have passed by, and the revision petition is yet to be disposed of. It is the opinion of this court that such delay in disposal of a proceedings under a proceedings in terms with the statute affects the efficaciousness of a remedy available under the statute. Under such circumstances, this court therefore disposes of the instant with petition, thereby directing the respondent number who? Huh? The respondents and the respondents. I think respondent number 1. No, Deputy Commissioner cannot do that. A revision will be to the government. It will be done by the revenue authorities. It is a different thing. You were kind enough to get the instructions. It cannot be anywhere. It has to be by the minister in charge of the revenue. Isn't that? That is the law. No. Understood. Then why it is placed to the PPS to the Chief Minister? What does it say? Under such circumstances, kindly see. No, madam, kindly see this instruction. That is why, you see, who exercises the revisional jurisdiction? The minister in charge of revenue. Nowadays, everybody comes out here in a files a writ, it's a different thing. This is the same instruction. That is why it is submitted to the Chief Minister, PPS to the Chief Minister. To the respondent numbers 1 and respondent number 4 to take appropriate steps that the said revision proceedings are disposed of within a period of as early as possible and not later than 3 months from the date of the instant order. Full stop. A copy of the registry shall, the counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner is directed to serve a certified copy of the instant order upon Mr. P. Nayak, representing the respondent number 4, and Ms. N. Bordloy, representing the respondent number 1, so that the direction so passed in the instant order is duly complied with.
Twenty-six.
Yes.
Mr. B kindly be taken up for 1 week. My engaged senior counsel, Mr. S. Borthakur.
Who?
Mr. Shantanu Borthakur, sir.
Vicky.
Is a bereavement, my lord.
Ian Goswami learned, however, submits the such repair Heard the learned both the sides on the interim prayer, opposing prayer for interim relief. The Miscellaneous submitted as per exhibit by her when the respondent found out that the landowner is not covered by the instruct steps have been taken. Some delay on the part of here to send the proposal, but the matter is now on the projection made by the land council. This court of without the position of the land. Not construction. It's a very good question. Yes,
Already 3 and 3D notification has been issued, Lordship.
CD issued,
Issued, Lordship.
and then nothing.
And nothing service, Lordship.
His name is there. But I hasn't yet.
No, today only I have filed this.
Where is the notification? Show me. Your only question is that without
Following due process.
nothing is to be done. Where is that
3A and 3B.
page? Which is the dark number?
Document number 61, your lordship.
Huh?
Dark number
9
61,
bigas, 17 lessons covered by dark number 61, KP Patta number 5.
58.
Where? Village? Dhantola.
Antola.
Dhantola is where? Dhantola.
Antola.
Private 105.
Last page, Lordship. 3A notification.
Huh?
Of 3A notification, last page. Yeah, I have only one person.
Which one?
Page 27, Lordship.
Page 27.
Oh, this one is 3D, Lordship. 3A,
Where is his
Uh,
dark?
26.
Dark number 61, where is it?
26, Lordship. 3A notification, page number 26 of my this day petition for stay vacated.
61
Yes. And
by 158.
Yes. This one is 3A notification and 3D notification, Lordship may kindly see.
How much is the land? This much.
Yes,
This notification is issued under?
3A,
No, not 3A.
earlier 3A, Lordship.
No. Every such person shall be made to the competent of you have taken the possession.
Lordship, till now we have,
Possession was taken prior to the issuance. Lordship.
no, actually, we're constructing the road like this, Lordship, so we're about to acquire their land, but this honorable court has passed the interim order, so we did not acquire the land, Lordship. But did not take the position of the
National
land.
Highways Act condition. But this is a notice on the 3C.
And 3D also there,
Where is the 3D?
last, Lordship. Page 27,
3D where?
yes, last page, Lordship, 29. Tag number 61 and 158, Patta number,
158.
yes.
This one.
About
Santosh Kumar Jain. You are Santosh Kumar Jain? Yes, your name appears.
Yes,
So
Lord.
once the 3D has happened,
Yes. So
and in pursuance to the notification under the computer has or submitted paper and now therefore upon receipt of hereby declares the land specified should be acquired for the aforesaid purpose. And hereby declares that on publication of the land specified in. So this has been done.
done, Lordship.
Your lordship, I'd like to bring to your kind attention, I will file a additional affidavit, your lordship. After the interim order was issued by this honorable court, the 3A notice was issued in the newspaper.
But we had observed that actually the land that has been acquired by the authorities is excessive of the land that has been mentioned in the 3A notice, Your Lordship. That fact has been brought to the attention of this honorable court through a additional affidavit. The copy is also served to all the respondents. However, in spite of that, when the 3D notice has been given, same thing has been done. Excessive, less amount of land has been shown in the 3D notice. But in practical,
So how much land they have taken, only allow them that portion of the land.
Yes.
Why should this court interfere with all these things? No business. No, any problem with the land, any compensation you want to get, anything out there, there are other authorities there.
Competent authority.
And Mr. Bhuya, you are for?
I am for my lord, on 12, my lord.
Who is he?
I am contractor. I am contractor.
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 Yes.
but Lordship, like we didn't get a opportunity to file an objection as given in the 3C
What
notice.
So where about that note, the application has not come before me. Why do I need an objection? On the basis of that, I'm vacating it. Because earlier the order was only because there was no 3D. Now 3D is come. And what is there?
The amount of the quantity of land that is given is not correct, Lord. That is our.
So let them,
If it is not there, don't give beyond that land.
yes.
You put an objection out there. This is my land and this has happened. How much it is?
Objection is.
You came at a stage before this court, at a stage where there is no 3A, 3C or 3D. Now 3C has happened, 3D has happened. Now, in the 3D, if they say that they are not taking 9 bighas or something, they are only taking some hectares out there, which does not commensurate with 9 bighas, 17 lechas, they can only take that land, nothing more than that. I'll make it clear that they can only take the land which is there in the notification, nothing more than that.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Omar?
That will suffice.
Hmm.
To dispose it of.
Right.
What is there?
Yes. Not
Let his IAB remain out there. Heard Mr. J. Das, the learned counsel, appearing on behalf of the petitioner. Yes.
This is Arbora.
Laura appears on behalf of the
That's number 1, 2, 3, 4.
respondent number
One,
1, 2, 1 also?
1 of them.
1, 2, 3 also. 4 also. 4. Mr. A. Bhachaji appears on behalf of the respondent number 5, 6, and 7, and 8. S. Sharma appears on behalf of the respondent numbers 9, 10, and 11.
I am for
Mr.
12.
K. Bhuya appears for respondent number 12. One thing one has to learn. How many people you have made? Huh? The petitioners herein who are owners, who claim to be owners of a plot of land measuring 9 bighas, 17 lechas covered by dark number 61 and included in KP Patta number 5 old oblique 158 new, situated at village Dhantola, Rongamati, under Moza Soyani, within the revenue circle Polasbari, in the district of Kamrup Rural, have filed the instant writ petition challenging the actions of the respondent authorities in taking over the land of the petitioner without following the due process. It is the specific case of the petitioner that the respondent authorities, more particularly the
Number 10.
who is this? National Highway?
Lordship,
National Highway.
infrastructure, NHIDCL.
It's the specific case of the petitioners that the respondent number
4.
4 is constructing a 4-lane in the stretch of land from kilometer 173.434 to kilometer 200.750 for package 10 of Bilasipara Guwahati Road in the district of Kamrup in the state of Assam. While doing so, the respondent authorities, more particularly the respondent number 4, in concert and in collusion with the respondent number 10 and 12, have taken over the land of the petitioners in violation to the provisions of the National Highways Act 1956. It is under such circumstances the petitioners herein have sought for direction to the respondents to pay compensation, solatium, to pay compensation as provisioned under the National Highways Act 1956, read with the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement act 2013. And further to halt the construction work in the interim till the respondent authorities do not issue proper notice under the applicable sections of the National Highway Act 1956. Ms. R. This court, by an order dated 3/4/2024, issued notice, and in the meantime, directed that till the next date of listed or until the issuance of notification under Section 3D of the National Highways Act 1956, the respondent numbers 1 to 4 were restrained from carrying out any activities on the land of the petitioners described in the land of the petitioners, to the reference to which this court had made in the previous segments of the instant order. First, Ms. Arbora, appearing on behalf of the respondent numbers 1 to 4, submitted that in the meantime, the notifications under 3C of the National Highways Act 1956, as well as 3D of the said Act of 1956 have been duly issued, whereby land at measuring 0.6513 hectares have been acquired under the provisions of the National Highways Act 1956. In that regard, the learned counsel have drawn the attention of this court to the said notifications, which are a part of the interlocutory application filed for vacating, modifying, and alteration of the order dated 3/4/2024. This court have duly taken note of that upon issuance of a notification under Section 3D, the land at measuring 0.6513 hectares belonging to the petitioner, covered by DAG number 61, included in Patta number 1658, have been acquired under the provisions of the National Highways Act 1956. It is the mandate of law that on the basis of the said notification, upon issuance of the said notification, the petitioner, the land vests upon the central government. Full stop. Under such circumstances, this court is of in that view of the matter, this court finds no reason to keep the instant writ petition pending. Mr. J. Das, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner, submits that the land which have been acquired is only 0.6513 hectares, whereas the petitioner's land is much more. Full stop. This court makes it clear that the land which have been acquired is being only 0.6513 hectares. The respondent numbers 1 to 4, including the respondent number 10 and 12, shall not have any right to disturb the possession in respect to other lands beyond 0.6513 hectares. The petitioners herein would further be entitled to compensation in accordance with the provisions of law. With the above, the instant petition stands disposed in time order passed earlier stands vacated. So, what is this matter? Other side is not there.
What has happened? Pursuant to the order of this court, the DC has taken a decision in compliance with the order. That decision, speaking order, is put to challenge. Lordship to find the operative part of the order at page 168.
Mr. Bora, I think we should give one chance to other side, no?
Yes.
Not appearing. And next time we dismiss for default. None appears on behalf of the petitioner on call. On the other hand, the learned counsel, Mr. B.P. Bora, appears on behalf of the respondent number 12. Mr. B.P. Bora duly submits that the order so passed, which have been impugned in the instant proceedings, is an order passed in consequence to the directions passed by this court. Be that as it may, taking into account that the petitioner is not present, this court, for the ends of justice, adjourns the matter to be listed again on 11th of September 2024. It is made clear that if the petitioner is not represented on the next day, it shall be presumed that the petitioner have lost interest in the matter. Accordingly, appropriate orders will be passed. Yes, Mr. Hawk.
If it is the last order. Last order.
M. Bormon so and so submits that insofar as the rules are concerned, is the administrator which is required to prepare and publish the rules. What is this? What are you asking for?
On the basis of this rule, my lord, they have sealed the petitioner's, my lord, brick industry premise, my lord.
Setting aside and quashing the promulgation of the prohibitory order dated 29/2/2024. Where is that?
Page 39, my lord, first, my lord.
You gotta stay?
My lord.
No stay.
Page 39, kindly. What the district commissioner office has. Basing on the, my lord, rule, my lord. Then, my lord, FIR was also lost, my lord.
Huh?
My lord, FIR was also lost, my lord.
FIR lodged. Took a bail. Bail. No bail.
Petitioner got from the Nolwar court, my lord.
Now what has happened? What is the other side doing?
Only issue was remaining, my lord, whether that rule, my lord, 13 rule, LS 13 rule was gazetted notified or not, my lord.
on that basis, my lord, because on the basis of which, my lord, they have sealed the premise, my lord. In fact, my lord, the petitioner had obtained.
Assam Brick Kilns Establishment Regulation Rules 2013. Yes, madam.
Instruction,
Huh?
like to file an affidavit.
No, we are on a very short point as to whether the Assam Brick Kilns Establishment and Regulation Rules 2013 have been notified. If it is notified, matter ends. If it is not notified, his case should be allowed.
Lordship grants me a few days' time. I'll.
Why? This has been going on for a long time. We stay that order. Can't you have to take somebody's rights? This is 300A violation. Can't take whatever it is. You have asked for stay.
Yes, my lord. In fact, my lord, my prayer was also there, my lord. It's 15 minutes.
In inviting reference, I am directed to inform that the legislature is the custodian of the acts and not the rules. The notification related to the rules of the department is required to be notified in the Gazette by the administrative. Hence, the Gazette of Assam may be obtained from the concerned department. This has been said by the legislative department. Then, if it is not notified, matter ends there. Which department? Huh?
Number 5, my lord, that was included, my lord. This one, number
Department, which department?
Legislative department.
No. Legislative department says that we have no business with this.
Forest department.
Huh?
Forest department.
Forest. No, Bricklin is not forest.
Because that comes under the forest.
No, Gazette or not, it will be the legislative.
Huh?
Whether it gets into the Gazette or not, my lord, the legislative department instructs.
That is what on the last occasion only that was given. Yeah. Now, which department? Forest department, he would obtain instruction. Forest department is nowhere to be seen. Chalo. The issue involved in the instant petition is on a very limited scope. In full stop. The issue is as to whether the Assam Brick Kiln Establishment and Regulation Rules 2013 was gazetted or not. It is seen that the legislative department of the government of Assam had categorically stated that it is only the administrative department who would know as to whether the Assam Brick Kiln Establishment Rules 2013 have been notified or not by way of an official gazette. Full stop. On 17/7/2024, when the matter was taken up, the Standing Counsel for the Forest Department submitted that he would obtain instruction. Full stop. However, the Forest Department is not represented today through its Standing Counsel. Under such circumstances, this court fixes the matter again on 14th of August 2024. It is made clear if the Forest Department is not represented, this court would be constrained to pass appropriate orders taking into account that the petitioner's right to carry on business have been affected by the impugned order.
17.
Huh? You want it on 17th? 14th?
Please, my lord. My lord, due to a personal difficulty, Mr. P. Das could not be.
Okay. At the request of Mr.
P.R. Sharma on behalf of Mr. P.
Wait. You don't take it. They will take time. Why do you take time? You have an adversary out there who is always ready to take time. Don't ask for time, spoil the judicial records. Yes.
My senior SCKL is another Lex Lodge.
See, I told you. I told you that. The council appearing on behalf of the GST department has sought for an adjournment. List the matter again on 2nd of September 2024. Interim order passed earlier shall continue till the next.
Highly obliged, man.
Told you. Don't. You have the income tax CGST department, no problem.
Highly obliged.
Yes, Mr. Borpuzari. Did you file an affidavit?
Yes, my lord.
You are not taking any steps for acquisition.
Acquisition, my lord, we say that, my lord, we are not touching the part and parcel of his land. If we come to the prayer
United
portion, in the
government made in the
requisition,
petition and the point stated no land parcel of dark number 8 is being acquired for construction of mission so and so. The roadside reserve land is being calculated from the middle point of so and so in account of so and so. And the petitioner, which is calculated 50, and the petitioner is found to have encroached within 52 feet. The respondent further states that no private land of the petitioner is acquired.
now the petitioner is concerned with DAG number 884 of PP Patta number 350, which we have categorically on oath in our affidavit. We have stated that at paragraph 5, page 74, Lordship will find. We
As
said,
read it.
yes, that no land parcel of DAG number 884 of PP Patta number 350 is being acquired for the construction of Miscellaneous flyover project Tezpur. Now, prior to that, if Lordship comes to
And what about this? 1 bigha 16 letters?
1 bigha 16 lesser.
Yes.
Now, prior to that, if Lordship comes to
Yes,
paragraph,
yes, who is there for the petitioner? Yes, Mr.
I'm
Singh.
there, my lord.
What is your land?
My lord, after filing their affidavit in opposition, they have clarified that they are not going to take possession of my periodic patta land. But side by side, kindly come to page 73, my lord, of their affidavit in opposition. Para 4.
Yes.
Second line, my lord, the answering deponent states that the petitioner is only found to have possession of the roadside reserve land bearing dark number so and so. So there is an allegation that I have in my possession some portion of the government land which is reserved for the expansion of the road. Now, kindly come to page 74, my lord, paragraph 7.
Yes.
With regard to the statements made in paragraph 6 of the writ petition, the answering deponent states that the roadside reserve land is being calculated from the midpoint of National Highway 15, taking into account the settlement map of Gotanga Kahdal, which is calculated to be 52 feet, and the petitioner is found to have encroached within this 52 feet. Now, my lord, the allegation is that they have measured from the midpoint of the national highway, which is the existing national highway, up to 52 feet. Now, kindly come to rule, my lord, 23 of the rules of the land and revenue regulation. Rule 23, my lord.
Tell me.
My lord, rule 23 says roadside land, what it is. Nothing in these rules shall entitle any person to obtain a lease in respect of land within 35 feet of the center line of a public road. Any person occupying or encroaching on such land shall be liable to ejectment under Rule 18 of the rules. Now, my lord, it is quite clear that it is 35 feet.
35, is it 35 nowadays?
My humble knowledge, my lord, there is no change
75
from
feet.
Rule 23. is
No, no,
48.
no. You are reading a wrong rule. Old book. That is why it was 35 at 1961. It has
My
been
lord.
amended now, made 75. That is what I say. When you say otherwise, I don't read these rules.
My lord.
Remember. Yeah.
My lord, but the government says not 75, 52 feet, my lord.
He says 52 very well. He going as per National Highway 52. I'm not on that. I'm only on the question that it is 75 feet.
Now, my lord, kindly come to two more things, my lord, which I would like to highlight. They have annexed one, annexer 1, my lord, which starts at page 77. There is no map, my lord, to identify as to how much actually area of land, government land is within my possession and how much they want to get rid of from me, my lord. Now, if you come to annexer 1, my lord, more particularly page 79.
You see, they categorically say that they are not going to encroach upon, they are not going to disturb your possession in respect to this dag. Matter ends there.
My lord, but
We recorded that this is their statement, 874 and 875 would not be touched.
my lord, but side by side, they are making allegation that I have got government land in my possession.
If you
So I
are
have
having
no right,
roadside
my lord.
land, then obviously you should be thrown out.
My lord, I have no objection to that, but I have two prayers, my lord. Number one, do I have the right to know as to how much area they allege to be found in my possession? So that
You
I
have
know
been,
what is the-
Mr. Singh, you have been granted a settlement in respect of 874 and 875 of PP numbers 14.
My
They
lord.
categorically say on affidavit that they are not going to touch it.
My lord.
Why should we
My
go
lord,
into all
but my
this?
lord, in the name of eviction, ejectment under Rule 18, what the government is doing so far, this flyover at Tejpur is concerned, my lord, they are making allegation that you people are in possession of the government land and right and left, people have been thrown out. So my humble limited prayer, my lord, is that the government should bring on record, because I have filed an additional affidavit today, that the government should bring on record the specific allegation as to how much area they have identified to be government land in my possession, so that I can take off my own, my lord, whatever step is
Mr.
required.
Singh, you have a
Or
patta.
at least, my lord, may I add something?
No,
At
Mr.
least the
Singh, do you have a patta?
My lord, 80.
Patta says categorically 1 bigha 1 katha.
It is, my lord, 1 katha 4 lassa.
No,
1
no, it is
katha 4
1
lassa.
bigha 1 katha.
1 katha 4 lassa, my lord. It's a small area, my lord.
No, it is say there is 1 bigha 1 katha covered petitioners his own land measuring 1 bigha 1 katha. This is given at page 39 of your petition. So you are not aware of how much is the land.
No, my lord. Actually, that was earlier writ petition, my lord. That writ petition was subsequently withdrawn, my lord.
Very well. Now what did you do?
Now, Lordship,
1 katha 4 lassa.
paragraph 4 of the writ petition. Paragraph 4, page 7.
Paragraph 4. 1 katha 4 lassa.
My lord.
Of dag number 884.
Yes,
884.
that
Patta number 350.
the land owned by the petitioner, which is the subject matter of this writ petition, measures
So,
1 kotha 4 lessa.
They will say that they are not going to disturb you then.
My lord.
Why should you
But
go?
my lord, I have a limited prayer. In the name of allegation that I have got government land in my possession, the government may do anything, my lord. So I need only reasonable opportunity in the form of issuance of notice before government takes any step, my lord. Otherwise, what will the government do? They will say, we are not touching your periodic patta. Kindly come to page 79 for a moment, my lord.
Government land issue notice 18 to throw them out.
That will be a separate, my lord, exercise, because this is not the list before us. Kindly see. His list is, my lord, kindly see the prayer portion. That is what, my lord. He is taking a roving inquiry, which is not permissible. For that reason, my lord, that earlier writ petition was
Area of
withdrawn.
the building going to the demolished on such acquisition and the area for Iman.
My lord, kindly come to page 79. Why I am so much apprehensive, my lord.
No. enough. This is
Now,
your
my lord,
language.
kindly come to page 79 for a moment.
No, nothing.
Only one column.
No, they are saying that they are not going to touch this one.
But the government is side by side saying that I am being compensated rupees 1,60,000 for having in my possession government land. Kindly come to page 79, my lord. That is the affidavit of the government. Now, if I am an encroacher, whether I am rewarded by the government, my lord.
Where is the affidavit?
Page 79, the relevant portion, my lord. The annexure 1.
Yes, where is it?
Page 79, column number 2, my lord. The name of, because there are 3 owners, my lord, joint owners, Pradeep Tibrawal, his son Adarsh Tibrawal and Udit Tibrawal. You will find the name of Adarsh Tibrawal, and at the extreme left, your lordship will find government land.
Where?
Page 79, my lord, second column. Government land. Next column is Gotanga Kahdal, Adarsh Tibrawal, 1,60,000. So government is saying that I am being compensated 1,60,000
for left out structure.
It is for Zirat.
For Zirat. Kindly see on the right hand side.
My lord.
We have gone ahead, we have spent everything, my lord, in the affidavit. It's answered. What more is required?
Enough, Mr. Singh. Rest, we have it on some other day. We first dispose of this matter. Heard Mr. S.K. Singh, the learned senior counsel assisted by so and so, was appearing on behalf of the petitioner, and Mr. R. Pujari appearing on behalf of the respondent number 1. S. Sharma appears on behalf of the respondent number 2 and 3. None appears for the Union of India on cause. The petitioner herein have approached this court alleging that the respondent authorities have tried to take over the possession of the land measuring 1 katha 4 lechas covered by DAG number 884 of PP number 350 situated at village Gotonga, Kahdol, KAHDOL under Moza Holeswar in the district of Shonipur, Assam. In addition to that, the petitioner's case is that the respondent authorities should compensate the petitioner for demolishing the building for demolishing the area of the building, the compensation by authentic records here being acquired from the possession of the area. As well as in respect of the land in possession of the petitioner covered by DAG. In addition to that, the petitioner have also sought for issuance of a direction upon the respondent authorities to bring on record by way of an affidavit or providing authentic records showing the area of land actually being acquired from the possession of the petitioner, the area of the building going to be demolished on such acquisition, and other areas, though not acquired, but going to be affected by the acquisition, the amount of compensation going to be paid to them, and the rationale behind such compensation, along with the details of such compensation. It has also been further prayed in the instant writ petition that in the event the state authorities claim that no land is acquired and that the writ petitioner is an encroacher of government land, then the method and measurement adopted to identify the alleged encroachment, especially from the midpoint of the existing national highway up to the land in possession of the writ petitioner and the area of the house falling on such alleged encroachment be also provided by the state authorities. pursuant to the filing of the instant writ petition, this court, by an order dated 19/6/2024, issued notice making it returnable on 22/7/2024, and further directed that till the next day, the respondents will not carry out any demolition in respect of the existing building without the leave of the court. It was also mentioned that the extension of the further interim orders would be considered upon hearing the parties on the next date. Pursuant to the said order, an affidavit has been filed by the respondent number 2. It has been specifically mentioned in paragraph number 4 that the petitioner is only found to have possession in respect of roadside land bearing DAG number 804 in right of way. In the right of way, na? What is this EROW? In the right of way of Mission Seriali flyover project. And the assessment is done by the competent authority. And GRAT amount have been awarded as compensation to the petitioner. In addition to that, it has been categorically mentioned in paragraph number 5 that no land parcel of DAG number 884 or PP number 350 is being acquired for construction of the Mission Seriali flyover project Tejpur. Further to that, in paragraph number 7, it has been mentioned that the roadside reserve land is being calculated from the middle point of the NH15, taking into account the settlement map of Gotonga Kahdol, which is calculated to be 52 feet, and the petitioner is found to have encroached within this 52 feet. It has also been further mentioned that no private land of the petitioner is acquired for the construction of the Tejpur Mission Seriali Road. From the said stand which has been taken by the respondents, it is clear that the petitioner's land, as claimed, of 1 Katha 4 lechas, covered by DAG number 884 included in PP number 350 of village Gotonga Kahdol, Moza Holesor in the district of Honitpur, Assam, have not been acquired by the respondent authorities. Taking into account the specific stand of the respondents, this court makes an observations and directions that the land of the petitioner measuring 1 Katha 4 lechas in the aforesaid DAG number and the Pata numbers should not be disturbed. The possession of the petitioner in respect to land measuring 1 Katha 4 lechas in the aforesaid DAG number 884 of PP number 350 of village so and so shall not be disturbed without due process. However, this court duly taking into account the affidavit as well as its enclosures, do not find any other ground for passing any other orders in the instant proceedings. More so when the affidavit clearly stipulates, mentions the manner in which the petitioner have already been granted the compensation in respect to the land, in respect to the structure standing on the government land. With the above, the instant petition stands disposed in interim orders if any instant vacated.
I'm so obliged, man. That ERO, my lord, means exclusive right of way. ERO
Exclusive,
means exclusive right of way.
exclusive right of way.
Right of
going to be.
I'm obliged.
Yes, Mr. Chopra.
Right. My lord, as per the last order, they have to respond if there any
by the respondent side, and question of maintainability is to be heard today. My lord. This is the matter of the service tax, my lord.
No, they itself reflect that they can.
We have challenged the so-called notice as well as the adjudication order, my lord, which is without jurisdiction.
Without?
Without jurisdiction, without authority. For that purpose, my lord, what happened in this case, the demand of the service tax is raised entirely on the basis of income tax record. Whatever the income as reflected in my form 26 AS under the income tax law, that were presumed as taxable under the service tax. But so far the service tax is concerned, my lord, it depends upon the nature of service. It depends upon the service recipient, status of the service provider. For that purpose, my lord, may I
No,
take
no,
your
no,
note
no,
to-
wait, Mr. Sopra, yes.
Fine.
Let us go later on. First, when there is a notice being issued as to whether you are liable to pay or not, did you reply?
Yes. I
And you say that this does not include, it is a question that this transaction would not be brought within the service tax?
My lord.
And thereupon an order has been passed? Appeal?
My lord.
It's a question of fact.
For that purpose, my lord, I have taken the specific pleading in my writ petition. Although the order is appealable, but since the order is absolutely without order, without
How?
that I may be allowed, my lord.
Yes,
That
I'm
I
giving you.
I may be allowed. My lord, section 68, which I have reproduced in my writ petition, page number 14, my lord. 68. Section 68, payment of service tax. Every person providing taxable service to any person shall pay service tax at the rate specified in section 66 in such manner and within such period as may be prescribed. Number two, notwithstanding anything contained in subsection 1, in respect of such taxable service as may be notified by the central government in the official gazette, the service tax thereon shall be paid by such person and in such manner as may be prescribed at the rate specified in section 66, and all the provision of this chapter shall apply to such person as if he is the person liable for paying the service tax in relation to such service. I am in this, Your Honor. My case is fall under section 68, subsection 2. For that purpose, my lord, may I take your lordship to notification number 30, which I have annexed as page number 145 of my writ petition, my lord, as annexer 50, page 145.
On 55.
Annexer 50.
Yes.
My lord, in paragraph 2, in exercise of the power conferred by subsection 2 of section 68 of the Finance Act 1994, and in pursuance of this, 15 of this. Lastly, my lord, the central government hereby notifies the following taxable services and the extent of such of service tax payable thereon by the person liable to pay service tax for the purpose of said subsection, namely, and they have categorized certain specified services, Your Honor, that these are the services, and my case is fall under Roman 5. Roman 5, page 146.
Provided or agreed to be
Provided by way of renting of a motor vehicle designed to carry passenger to any person who is not in the similar line of business, or supply of manpower for any purpose or service in portion of execution of work contract by any individual, HUF or partnership firm, whether registered or not, including association of persons located in taxable territory to a business entity registered as body corporated located in tax. In this case, my lord, I am a proprietorship firm, my lord. I am rendering the service to IOCL Limited for renting of the vehicle as well as the work contract, my lord. So in this case, there is a table, my lord, in this 7, serial number 7 of this table, my lord, page number 147. In respect of service provided or agreed to be provided by way of renting of a motor vehicle designed to carry on passengers on abated value to any person who is not engaged in the similar line of business, then so far the service provider is concerned, Your Honor, the tax liability is nil. For the service recipient is concerned, Your Honor, my lord, the service liability is 100%. Likewise, my lord, for the B, in respect of service provided or agreed to be provided by way of renting of a motor vehicle designed to carry passenger on non-abated value, the liability is 60% and 40%.
What is
Again-
what
again,
is what is abated and non-abated?
Abated value, my lord, sometimes we take the value on abatement. There is another one provision that for rendering the service, we may take certain abatement. That is kind of a exemption. That in case of renting of immovable property, renting of the vehicle, option is given to me. I may charge that service tax on the entire, I may charge on the abated value. If I charge on the abated value, the service recipient will not get the same rate credit. That is the abated value. And Your Honor, my lord, serial number 9, page number 148. In respect of services provided or agreed to be provided in service portion in execution of the work contract, then 50% liability is on the service provider, 50% liability is on the service recipient. In this respect, my lord, we have given one letter also that was,
Let's see your objection.
that is at page number 127, my lord, annexure 13. This certificate is issued by in Assam Indian Oil Limited. my lord.
No. Where is your objection?
Objection I have given, my lord. First, page number 71 to 126. 3 times I have given the objection. 3 times I have given the objection, my lord. First, page number 71, my lord. Then, my lord, my details submission is page number 74, my lord. That may be varied.
But Mr. Chopra, your objection is just again whether to pay or how much should have been, not the entire amount. It is not a question of jurisdiction. It is a question of wrong calculation.
My lord, this,
Wrong calculation is not for a writ court to exercise.
my lord, they are, my lord,
That is why you file Mr. Kyle appearing in this matter. Good matters he doesn't appear. When it is bad for the prisoner, he is there.
my lord, one thing may I request, my lord, kindly peruse 127 page, my lord.
No, I have seen it.
Annexure 30.
But whatever may be, the question, the problem which arises is why should this is not a question of jurisdictional error. It is a case where he had the power, but he made the mistake in calculating, bringing in certain other transactions, which is a question of the appellate forum.
My lord, this letter, they have reflected in the order. In the order, they have admitted that yes, this liability is not on me.
Now I should dismiss you on which ground? You filed the writ petition when? How much time is given for filing appeal? 60 days.
60 days.
Huh?
60 days, man.
60 days is over. On
Order dated 27/3/24.
27/3/2024. It is over
In May.
May. You filed it on 14/6. Now, there's a Supreme Court judgment which categorically says that if it is beyond the period of limitation, writ would not lie. So you give me which ground should I dismiss it?
My lord, first, may I be allowed to grounds in which writ petition is maintainable, my lord?
No.
There
Your
are other
petition-
grounds, my lord. This is beyond
Mr.
limitation.
Chopra, these are not matters for this so much. Here is a case, I would have understood. If it's a case of jurisdiction, I would have known. But this is not a case of jurisdiction. This is an error made. Error is not for this court to look into it.
1 point, I may be allowed. Only 1 point, my lord.
You have not got a stay also.
States,
Have you got a stay or not?
my lord. No, no stay.
Then it's not helping you.
My
You
lord,
should go and file an appeal. At the end of the day, this will be dismissed. Later on, the problem which your client is going to face will be more. The interest is going to accumulate. At the end of the day, with the interest on the principal, what exemption you would have otherwise got it for that period, for those excluded areas, that will also lose.
only one point I may be allowed. Later on, my lord. This service tax is applicable only up to 30th June, my lord. 30th June 2007. They are charging me the service tax for the entire financial year of 17-18. That is on the face of the report, my lord. Up to the March 2018, where the GST is applicable. For that purpose, my lord, may I take your lordship to page number 36, annexure 1. So they are demanding the tax where there is no service tax, my lord. Service tax is up to
Mr.
30.
Chopra,
My-
kindly come to page 134. Paragraph 6. This period is only up till April 2017 to June 2017.
Exact, my lord. But this amount they have reflected is as per the Form
It is
26
wrong.
entire period, my lord.
Mr. Chopra, that may be wrong. I'm not on that. But the question is that point that they are charging other aspects is not there. Kindly see April 2017 to June.
Yeah,
This is what they say. Because it will the GST comes only from 1st of July. So
It is beyond
at
limitation.
the
my lord.
end of the day, you
As per
are-
section 73, my lord, they have to issue the notice in a normal period. My case is not covered under any kind of fraud, any kind of suppression. So they have to issue the notice, so-called notice within the normal period of 30 days. It was issued beyond that period.
when was it issued?
It was issued on 24/4/2021 and demanding the tax for up to June 2017.
Now, I will show you that in the order also they categorically mention why they have delayed it. Is that notice, yeah, the demand notice was issued on so it's enactment with a, for me, yeah, the
134 paragraph 6 also.
any of the records it is found that so as appeared that a notice has misguided the department by failing to make true and comprehensive disclosure of so and so owing to suppression 136. This comes under the first proviso to section 173(1).
My lord, this is mere allegation.
Okay.
Supreme Court has said that there must be
Supreme
positive.
Court says many things. For that, you need to go to the Supreme Court. Let me dismiss it.
My lord.
You have to go to the Supreme Court. Then only you will get what is there in the Supreme Court.
My lord,
They do this.
Give
This
me
is a
three-
case where it's not a case of jurisdiction.
my lord, give me 3
I'm-
days time. I will satisfied on the maintainability, my lord. Give me 3 days time. I will
3 days.
satisfy.
Okay, you choose a good date on which it is to be dismissed. At the end of the day, this is going to happen. Anyway, heard Mr. V.K. Chopra, the learned counsel, appearing on behalf of the petitioner. I've also heard Mr. S.C. Kyle, the learned counsel, appearing on behalf of the respondent.
Respondent number 2, 3, and 4.
You don't want to file affidavit?
It's probably not required.
Mr. S.C. Kyle submits that the order which have been assailed in the instant application, instant writ petition, is an order passed as per within the jurisdiction of the authority concerned. And as such, the council shall rely upon the contents of the order and there is no requirement of filing any affidavit. This court, having heard the matter at length, fixes this matter again on which date you want the dismissal? Give me a good date.
13 maybe like
Huh?
13.
13th, okay. 13th is closed, that is why. 13th closed, na? Open?
Open.
In open.
But do you think this matter is for 13th? 13th, this one, these small matters, I don't keep it. We'll have it on 12th. 12th or 14th or 16th, not on 13th. These are specially for something more serious.
My lord, from 14 to 99.
So then 14, okay, 21st.
21, much okay.
It matters. Any urgency? Any more urgent matters? Yes, madam.
Very moderate extent.
Always,
and the-
madam's matter come at the last moment. Item number
This item number 40.
40,
Yes.
44,
0.
42.
40.
Okay. What is this?
The eviction matter.
You got to stay.
I was stated today.
Lordship, we need to obtain instruction, Lordship. Instruction as well as to file affidavit with.
Have you got it?
Like to.
Okay, the standing counsel appearing on behalf of the KAC submits that the instructions are awaited. Accordingly, list the matter again on 11th of September 2024. The interim order passed earlier shall continue till then. In the meantime, the respondent KAC shall bring on record their stand by way of an affidavit.
Item number 39, my lord, in which my lord, an order was passed on 29/6 for consideration of interim order today, my lord. My lord, today due to paucity of time. my lord.
Consideration of interim prayer. You have a good case. Okay, we'll take it. Just wait.
Or day after tomorrow.
I'll take it now. Don't worry. Any more? Yes, Mr. Goyal.
Item number 38.
Yes.
Interim is still today, my
What is the matter?
matter relating to my imposition of interest, penalty and interest. Penalty appellate order has set aside, and so far as interest is concerned, my lord, that was state. We have
Okay.
challenged that it is
Who appears for taxation department?
state GST department. They are supposed to file affidavit also. madam.
Where is it? No state GST? Chalo.
On the last occasion, B. Goway appeared, my lord, when the matter was moved.
There was a list this matter again on 6th of September 2024. Yes, yes. State GST. What do you have to say on 38?
Lordship, I have not received instruction. I pray for.
Mr. B. Chaudhary, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the Finance and Taxation Department of the Government of Assam submits that the instructions are awaited. List the matter on 11th September. 11th September. Full stop. The interim order passed earlier shall continue till then. The respondents shall bring on record their stand by filing an affidavit in the meantime. Yes, Mr.
Three, my lord, maybe taken up on my lord, 12th of August, my lord. 12th of August.
What is this?
My lord, this, my lord, honorable court, my lord, ordered for my lord eviction of an encroachment of a private land, my lord.
Evicted?
No, my lord. No, not evicted, my lord. We want eviction, my lord. It is public land, my lord, public road enclosed by some petitioners, my lord.
And Mr. Sheikh, you are? No, it's okay. Huh?
18 years, my lord, government did not dispose of the representation.
Oh, that matters. 41 and 42, we do one thing, we'll take it tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
Hello.
Get your instruction.
I've got the
41,
instruction.
22.
It says that they have written to the DC for getting the record. So that's.
No. We are going to fix it tomorrow. We are going to dispose it of tomorrow. And there be a direction upon you to do it.
Yes.
You cannot, because what is happening, he is not able to do anything. 41, 42, list the matter tomorrow at 2 p.m. Take it up tomorrow. And this was nothing doing. Oh, that is the representation. Okay, 43, Mr.
On 12th of August.
Why? Good date. No, 19th August. Okay, at the request of Mr. Triple S Rahman, the matter stands listed, that be listed again on 19th of August 2024. Any more?
47, your lordship. This is an interim
47.
order, your lordship.
Huh?
Interim order and 47.
Mr. A. Nazari,
Yes, your lordship.
the learned counsel appearing on behalf of BTC. No BTC. Oh yeah, BTC is there. Yes. You have to file affidavit or something. ISI file.
Kajal Gawat. No affidavit has been, filed. Both sides are representing the. in present.
So it's a fight between two, petitioner and a private. And you have been sandwiched in between.
Board.
Eh?
Municipal board chairman, actually.
The stay order is already
Okay.
operating again.
There's a stay order.
Yes, there is a stay order.
47, list the matter again on, we have it on 19th of August. Interim order passed earlier shall continue till then.
Lordship, item 36 and there are interim orders, your lordship.
Where?
36 and 37.
36 and 37. Yes, GST. No, this is, oh yes, finance. 36. Any instructions?
Yes, Lordship, I pray for some time. Lordship.
Mr. B. Chaudhary appearing on behalf of the, what is the matter about?
The whole proceeding is against the dead person demanding GST,
Huh?
your lordship. The whole proceeding has been issued on, against the dead person, your lordship. The instant petitioner is the wife of the deceased court against whom the order was passed demanding GST, your lordship.
Hey, if it is dead person, then you have to do it properly. Why you're delaying the matters? At the end of the day, nothing can be done.
But Lordship, from the petition, it appears that the during the relevant period, he was alive. Lordship, let it come after. I have not received the instruction, Lordship. By the
Okay, Mr. B. Chaudhary, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the Finance and Taxation Department, seeks for an accommodation to file an affidavit. List the matter on 9th of September. In the meantime, the interim order passed earlier shall continue. And 37 also, list the matter on 11th of September, interim order passed earlier shall continue. Next,
Mr. Lordship, in item number 35, there is some urgency, Lordship.
urgency? Tell me, what is it?
This matter relates to, we have filed this writ petition, Lordship, praying for according that prosecution sanction, Lordship. Prosecution sanction, Lordship. Trial has already begun, but prosecution sanction has not been accorded by the government, Lordship.
You are challenging a prosecution sanction.
We have filed this petition praying for a direction to the government for according prosecution sanction, Lordship. The trial has already begun, but the prosecution sanction has not been accorded. It's against the police officials, Lordship. Next week,
So
Lordship.
you want a sanction under 197,
197,
which have not been
not been
granted.
accorded.
Okay, is the private respondents appearing? Why? Service?
This has already been issued, Lordship. We have not met the party, Lordship.
How? You are asking sanction against somebody ABCD and without making them a party. At the end of the day, you are going to, your petition is to be dismissed. There's no way out.
We may be allowed to invite the parties, Lordship.
How? Why should I allow you? You need to file applications.
I'll miss Lordship.
Counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner submits that he would like to file an application to Mr. Counsel. I'm telling you, you need to not file an application. There will be problem. You need to withdraw and file a fresh application. Why I'm saying it? You have to file an amendment petition. You are to put the blame upon somebody. Those private respondents. You just bring in ABCD. If you just bring in, okay, these are the, and these are the ABCD. These ABCD, if you bring in, these ABCD, there is no allegation against them. At the end of the day, your petition again will get dismissed. You have to therefore file a fresh petition making allegation, making these people a party. Why don't you do that? You'll take the same thing, same petition, only make them put a few allegations out there, whatever this allegation, put it them there. That's it. Anyways, you have to file an application, ask this person to sign. So do that. Makes no sense. No, it will only, at the end of the day, your purpose is not going to serve.
May the matter be adjourned for today then also. Only next time my senior is leading the case also.
Hello? The counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner seeks for an accommodation. List the matter again on 21st of August.
Vice Lord.
Yes, Mr. SD Professor.
Sorry, Lord. There is a, item number 48, Lordship. Take for correction, Lordship. Only one paragraph 10.
What happened?
Name of the district is wrongly typed, Lordship.
District.
The district.
And what is the next IO? SAO? The Silarita is the biggest problem. He is very much not there. Now, this is an application filed under section 140-52 of the Code of Civil Procedure for correction in the order dated 27/5/2024, passed in transfer petition civil number 78/2021. The reason for filing of the instant application is that while passing the said order, this court there was a typographical error in mentioning that it is the district judge Hosai instead of district judge Karimganj. This court, upon taking into account the materials on record, including the transfer petition, is of the opinion that the order dated 27/5/2024, there is an apparent mistake in as much as where Hosai?
Para 10.
In as much as at paragraph number 10, it was wrongly mentioned as District Judge Hosai, which ought to have been District Judge Karimganj. Accordingly, the said order stands accordingly. Hosai. So accordingly, this court therefore makes the said correction. Thereby, the reference to District Judge Hosai at paragraph number 10 shall be read as District Judge Karimganj. The instant order shall be a part of the order dated 27/5/2024. Much of it. I stand disposed. Yes, Mr. J.M.A. Chaudhary, you have every time urgency. Yes, tell me.
Only I pray for an accommodation.
Which one?
The matter day after tomorrow.
Which matter?
Item number 39.
From 39 to the auction. Yes, sir.
Last occasion, there is an order for consideration of interim order today upon receipt of instruction by the departmental council. That is why.
What are you challenging?
My challenge is that, my lord, in terms of provision of Article 243I, there is a provision for, my lord, share of taxes to the Gau Panchayat. Accordingly, some, my lord, shares were, my lord, distributed amongst the Gau Panchayat. And in when I was holding the post of president, some higher amount was, my lord, forwarded to my GP. Accordingly, a repetition was filed by the other, my lord, GP president, and thereafter an order was passed directing redone the process, my lord. After that, my lord,
It is PNRD, na? PNRD.
rectification were done. Yes, sir. PNRD not available.
Not available. Okay. Mr. J.M.A. Chaudhary, the learned counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioner expresses urgency. However, taking into account that the PNRD department is not represented, this court fixes the matter again on today, on 12th of August 2024. The interim or prayer, which was directed to be considered today, shall be considered on the next day.
What this case, what happened? MLA is trying to modify this scheme. And in terms of provision of section 126 Assam Panchayat Act, they cannot. That is what my case.